Hey y'all, it's me. It's your girl, the real deal Lanita Skills Reaction Channel. Like, share, and subscribe. What's up, real deal? How y'all doing today? Hope everybody doing good. We making these videos over here. If you're interested in helping the channel out, send a donation to the super chat, and I appreciate it. But if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. Now, real deal, I'm gonna get into my content, and my content is gonna continue with a young lady by the name of Quaneesha Johnson, and what people think about this case. I think that Quaneesha Johnson premeditated murder, self-defense. That's what I think it is. And I'm going to react to it, okay? One thing that I don't condone is domestic violence. DV, we're going to say domestic violence is DV. DV is something, I'm live. DV is something that women don't, it even happened to men, don't have no control of, but they can leave as soon as possible. And I think in this case right here, Quaneesha Johnson did what she had to do to me to get out of the situation. She called the officers, and the first thing she should have told one of them to leave. One of them should have left at the time. But look, I'm gonna let y'all hear what's going on, okay? All right, real deal. Listen.
And where do you currently reside?
In Atlanta, Georgia.
And where did you reside before that?
796 Peter Mary Lane in Atlanta, Georgia.
And tell me, Ms. Johnson, what do you do for a living?
I work with autistic kids. I'm a behavioral health technician.
And what did you do before that?
I was working at 8 hours for hookah, doing hookah.
Okay. How long have you lived at your current address?
Since March of this year.
796 Edenberry address, how long did you live there?
A year.
Do you remember when you moved into that home?
December 1st of 2021.
And was that a rental property or a house you owned?
It was a rental property.
And were you the primary person on the lease?
I was.
You were the one who signed the lease?
I am.
And were you the one who paid the rent every month at that property?
Yes, I was.
Were all the utilities and everything in your name?
Yes, they was.
Ms. Johnson, you know why we're here.
Hi,
The only thing more difficult than running a business is finding the right.
You're here today.
I do.
I want to talk about
Invited me to go out for one of their birthdays. I agree to go out. I get up, prepare to get dressed to go outside. During our conversation, we was getting dressed, whatever. During our conversation, I let Demonte know where I was going. That was it. I got ready to go. I leave out. We go to one club.
Let's go back.
Okay.
Tell us approximately what time it is at night.
11, like 10 or 11.
About 11 o'clock at night on November 26th.
Correct.
And DeMonte's at the house with you?
He was.
And what about your kids?
They were there as well.
And where were they at that point?
My two daughters were asleep in their room, and my newborn was with Demonte.
Okay. Was the newborn asleep at that point?
She was.
Was she asleep in the crib?
She was.
And so you get the call 11 o'clock at night, you get dressed, you let DeMonte know where you're going. What happens after that?
I leave to go out. We go to one club,
What was the name of the club?
Zari.
Okay.
We're there, just partying, leave that club around 2, go to the after hour, which is the after hour that I was working at.
And what's the name of the place you were working?
It's called Taste.
Okay.
We get there, we're there for about an hour. My girlfriends and another coworker gets into an altercation. I go to the bathroom, I communicate the altercation with Demonte. We stay for a little bit longer. They get into the altercation reoccurred. They now about to fight. We leave the after hours.
Let's go back. About what time is this when you communicate with Demonte about the altercation?
Now this is about 4.
Okay. And when you say communicate, was it a text message or a phone call?
I called him. I went to the bathroom and called him.
And was he up at 4 a.m.?
He was.
Okay. And you actually talked to him?
I did.
And then what happens after that?
He advised me that he was going to send someone to make sure I was okay. I let him know I was okay. It wasn't me that was in a fight with my girlfriends, and they were leaving. And I was sharing my location with him.
And what did you do next?
I shared my location with him. We left. Me and my girlfriends met up at the local gas station because my car needed gas to figure out where we were going to go next. Because I didn't want to go home.
Now, tell us, what was your relationship to Demonte at this time?
He was my baby father.
Okay. And was he living with you at this time?
He was staying there. He had him living there.
Tell me what you mean by staying.
So when I say staying, so let me get back to when I had my daughter, because that's how it leads up to him staying there. So he was incarcerated. He got incarcerated in August. I got a phone call back in August of his incarceration. I helped him get out or whatever. And when he gets out late September, he expressed that he had nowhere to go. That the house that he was staying to prior to getting incarcerated, he couldn't stay there no more because his friend's mom was tripping, is what he said. I had the baby. I did allow him to come, to be with the baby and stay there since he had nowhere to
go. And while you're out that particular night, did you have anything to drink?
I did.
What did you drink?
Casamigos.
How much?
Probably like 2 or 3 shots.
And was it at the first place or the second place?
That was at the first place.
And did you have anything to drink at the second location?
I did.
So after you let him know the altercation at the second location, tell him you'll drop the location, where do you go next? What happens next?
We go to an hour called Future.
Now, is that the spot you worked at?
No, I worked at Taste. The Future is a different hour.
And about what time is it now?
It's about 6, maybe roughly 7.
So this is an after hours spot. Okay. And do you have your phone on you?
I do.
Tell us what happens next.
Upon arriving to Taste, I leave. I have 2 phones. I left one phone in the car because it has the audio malfunction. I can't hear out of it. I take my personal phone inside the club with me. I get there. I'm smoking hookah. My phone dies while I'm in there. Once my phone dies, I leave.
Why do you have 2 phones?
Because I want to close the eye.
Okay. And is one phone business and one phone personal?
Correct.
So you left your business phone in your car and took your personal phone inside?
Yes.
And you said while you were in there, your phone died?
Yes.
Do you remember what time or around what time you realized that your phone had died?
I don't, because it was dead.
But at some point, you realize your phone is dead, and is that when you leave the club?
Yes.
All right. Tell us what happens after that.
I leave the club. I go back to my car. I immediately put my phone on the charger.
What time is it when you actually realize what time is it? What time is it? Or around what time is it?
Around 9 something.
Okay. And tell us what happens next.
My phone cuts on. I'm seeing the text messages from my aunts, a few text messages from Dolo. I open my aunt's text messages because it was the first ones on there. As I'm reading the messages, my aunt's call. I answer the phone call. It's my aunt.
What's Rochelle's last name?
Noel
And what's Andrea's last name?
Gonzalez.
Okay.
We're all on the three right now. Andrea's hysterical. She's, where the F have you been? Dolo said you was in a fight. I've been calling hospitals, police departments. I reassured them that Demonte had my location, and I let them know where I was and everything was okay. As I'm letting them know that everything's okay, Rochelle adds Dolo into the Demonte into the phone call.
So Rochelle, so now it's you on the phone, your aunt Rochelle Newell, your aunt Andrea Gonzalez, and then Rochelle adds Demonte Smith onto the phone call.
Yes.
And what happens next?
Demonte gets on the phone. He gets on there very. Sorry, connect. Where the F you been at? You tripping? You think I'm a lame? I told him, I said, you know where I've been at, you have my location. He then says, when you get here, I'm gonna meet your A. And he's up.
And both your aunts were on the phone.
Yes.
And this happened while all four of you are on.
Yes.
And then he hangs up.
Yes.
Tell us what happens after that.
After he hangs up, my aunt is now against her. I know he can just say that. I tell her, don't worry about it, I'm gonna call the police. I grab my business phone and I immediately call 911.
Okay. And what happens next?
I call 911. I let them know that I'm en route to my home. That I just received a verbal, and the text. At the time, I see the text message of him text me that he was going to be my ASS on crib. I did let them know I'm receiving verbal and text messages stating that I'm get beaten when I get home by my boyfriend. Well, I told them at the time my boyfriend, and that I was scared to go home and I needed authorities to help me.
Now, was there any reason why you took these threats seriously?
Yes, because not even 2 weeks ago, he followed through with his threats before.
Okay. When you say he followed through with his threats, what do you mean?
Around 2 weeks ago, prior to the 26th, I was working at the Taste restaurant at the hour, and he threatened to beat my ASS again. When I came in the house, he was coming down the steps and he then slammed me on my face.
Okay. When you say Judge made the witness step down, yes. I want you to show us what happened prior to that. You can use me.
So I'm coming in the house. I come in the house at first time.
Ms. Johnson, you need to speak up.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm coming in the house. As I come in the house, I'm thinking like he's hiding behind the door. I look behind the door. He wasn't behind the door station, coming down the steps. He came. Right. So he's coming down the steps. When I walked in the door, he went like this, came on my face, and he still has my coat. He's like this, like this. He's like saying stuff to me. I start to cry. Once I start crying, he then gets off and I tell him he has to go.
Yeah, you can go back there. And Ms. Johnson, after that incident, so he slams you on your face, is over you, shaking you. And when did he stop?
When I began to cry.
And did you call police?
I did.
What did you do next?
I asked him to leave. I went upstairs and I contacted his mom, or tried to contact his mom.
You recognize that text message exchange?
I do.
And who was that text message exchange between?
Myself and Demonte's mother.
And is that text message the same message you sent Demonte's mother the day that he slammed you on your face?
Yes.
Has anything been changed or altered about it at all?
No.
Is it in the same or similar condition as when you sent that text message?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, we will move to admit Defense Exhibit 1, text message between Ms. Johnson and DeMonte's mother into evidence.
Any objections?
Yes, Judge. May we approach?
Still with me, Ted Spalding, what they're doing right I'm just saying if I
And you called 911. And tell us what happens after you call 911.
When I called 911 and let them know that I was receiving threats verbally and through text messages, I asked them if they asked my ex-brigadier for my life. I did let them know that he did prior to this threat. Home. I tell her that I'm en route. She asks me to give her a piece of like a summary of what's going on. I informed her that I was receiving threats from my baby father and that he had prior to this incident put his hands on me. She asked me if he lives with me. I told her that he just got out of jail and that he stays there. And she tells me that she'll be there, or she'll see me when I get there, basically.
Okay. And about how far were you from your house when you talked to, so you talked to 911 and then you talked to Officer Laney directly. And then about how far were you from your house when you talked to Officer Laney?
Probably about 15 minutes to.
Okay. And then tell us what happens. And where are you still on the phone with your aunts at this time? Were both of them on the phone, Rochelle and Andrea? And then tell us what happens after that.
After Officer Laney disconnects, she calls back a couple minutes later telling me that she had been dispatched to another situation that she had to attend to that, and she let them know to call 911 again to dispatch and let them know that she was to come back out and that I was told to call to give her dispatch back.
And so she tells you she's been dispatched again. When you get close, just call again.
Yes.
And what did you do?
When I got closer, I called again.
Okay, y'all, let's keep on the case. I want to talk right quick. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this. What y'all don't heard, thus far. What y'all think? Y'all think she did? Did she make the right move? Was she protecting herself? What y'all think? In this situation, what would you have done in this situation to protect yourself? So we're gonna continue to listen, y'all. Trying to wait until it go off so we can talk about it.
So it goes on. And so you talk to 911 once they dispatch somebody. Talk to somebody, explain the situation. She was there waiting for you. Talk to her kid when she went to dispatch somewhere else. Call 911. Again, when you sleep for a while, call 911 again. And dispatch. And mom did that work. And then approximately how much longer did you wait for someone to be dispatched?
Concerned about the dog and I didn't know what was going on at my home. Yeah.
Okay. And what find the police officer like that? Ms. Johnson, why did you wait so long for your authorities to escort you immediately to the house? Tell us what happened down there. When you unlocked the door, all of a sudden you asked the why they could come out. Tell us what happened. We're showing some ladies surveillance video of what was happening inside the house and some.
All right. She is now talking about.
Okay. We gonna end it right there, y'all. That was Miss Quaneesha Johnson. I put the question up there. Did y'all want to go with premeditated murder or self-defense? I hear domestic. I hear domestic, and I hear that she asked for help and she didn't get help. That's and she was scared. She was scared, and she know him. If he say he gonna do something, he gonna do it. Domestic violence is very. We're gonna call it DV. We're gonna respect everyone, and we're gonna call it DV. If you ever going through anything and you need to contact them, you can dial 800-799-7233, National DV Hotline. Either you can text them, start to 88788. Reach out and help somebody. And when you talk about DA, also called DV. Okay. In this case, this is what I hear. It's a pattern of behavior in their relationship. That it is a pattern of his behavior and hers. But he is mostly in this situation when she stepped out. So regardless if we're gonna who has the power, it's more like a pattern of his and her behavior, like I said, in their relationship. Somebody got the power, maintain the power, and control over an intimate partner. Somebody got the power in this relationship, and they lost the power that day, and it flipped on them. To me, it's still missed. It's a DV. That's all. That's all it is, and it's happening in everyday daily lives. You know what I mean? And it can come to a whereabout to where it can cause physical injuries. Okay, and that's what happened in this case right here. They had a DV where it caused a V. You know, it's bad. You know, to control. But y'all tell me what y'all think. Real deal. Like, share, and subscribe. We will talk and discuss this. Okay, this is my reaction.